भगवान ऐसे सुंदर माधुर्य आदि जब भक्त के निकट प्रकाश करते और वो भक्त भगवान के ऐसे रूप माधुर्य आदि दर्शन करके मूर्छित हो जाते हैं। उस समय श्री भगवान उस भक्त के कहते हैं, मेरे श्रेष्ठ भक्त, तुमने अनेकों जन्मों तक मेरे लिए स्त्री, गृह, संपत्ति इत्यादि को त्याग कर मेरी सेवा के लिए ही सोधी, वायु, भूख, प्यास, जगाई एवं भू आदि अनेकों क्लेश को सहन किया है। बहुत से लोगों के द्वारा किए गए अपमान आदि को भी ग्रहण नहीं किया। हिंसा वृत्ति से भी तुमने अपने जीवन का निर्वाह किया। अतः मैं तुम्हें इसके बदल में कुछ भी देने समर्थ नहीं होने के कारण केवल तुम्हारा ऋणी मैंने कल ये बताया था।
Yesterday I spoke this humility in the heart of God. Sometimes this humility is coming, Lord, in the heart of Krishna. So I told about after Avdarjan. What did I say? It's Corona. This Corona manifests the Dina, humility. Tu outro telefono para gravar ele. Bhagavan, he is thinking, I have such a beautiful form and everything, and I want to give this to my devotee. But but my devotee is not able to completely relish all my sweetness and everything. So I give an example, just like in the rainy season. Seeing these dark clouds, the Chataka birds. The Chataka bird who is feeling so much thirsty. He wants to drink all the water of the clouds. But it's not possible for the Chataka bird to drink all the water of the cloud. It's not possible for him to drink. Qual é a contrasenha? Contrasenha. 1540. He cannot drink all that water. So in the same way, Bhagavan has such a beautiful form. And it's not possible for the devotee to relish all that at the same time. So the devotee faints in this moment. Then Bhagavan, he feels embarrassed and he feels like ashamed, and he's feeling humility. Bhagavan himself, Bhagavan is saying, why did I manifest such a beautiful form and I cannot give this form to my devotee? I cannot, like my devotee is not able to relish everything. So this all my beauty is like a burden then. It's like a burden. I want to give all this to my devotee. I want. But my devotee cannot take all that. So this is like a burden to me. So in the heart of Bhagavan, all this humility is coming. That's why Nityananda Charitamrita says, Bhakti Sancharila, all the qualities of God manifesting the devotees. So, if God has this humility, then this humility also can be present in the devotee. And the devotee is also praying with humility to Lord. So in this context, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad describes that in that moment Bhagavan is telling to Lord, opposite, sorry. Bhagavan is telling to the devotee with humility. He's saying, oh my great devotee, for many births you have abandoned wife, house, wealth, and so many things you have abandoned for me, and you are serving me. Which page? Who knows? And you have also tolerated so many sufferings for me. And also you have what is it? So you have also lived on donation and asking donations and so actually I am indebted to you because you renounced so many things for me. Krishna is saying, I could not give anything back to you. Krishna is saying to the devotee. Even if I give you material things, all this is insignificant to you, oh my devotee. So, how can I give you this to you? Okay. So what is the meaning? Bhavanavada 419. 119. So devotee is telling to God is telling to the devotee, you have accepted so much from me and renounced so many things for me, but I haven't done anything to you back. Even if I give you the highest position, also this for you looks like insignificant. The devotee doesn't want to accept these material things from Lord. Not even as for liberation. Even though Lord wants to give this liberation to the devotees say, oh Prabhu, I don't want it. I don't want them. And Sayuja Mukti. The devotee doesn't want Sahaja Mukti, oneness with Brahma. So the Suddha Bhakta, what does he want? He wants to serve Lord. Birth after birth, serve him. For you, lordship over the entire earth, sovereignty of the Helen planets, even the position of Lord Brahma and the various mystic perfections are completely unsuitable. How could I grant them to you? Example is given. What is the food of the animals? Grass, straw, and bran, which animals find enjoyable, are not fit for humans. Thus, even though I am unconquerable, today you have conquered me. In this condition, I depend solely on your goodwill. Nobody can conquer to me. Seeing your renunciation and your one-pointed devotion, I have been conquered by you. I have been conquered by you. One of the names of Lord is Ajit. Ajit means he cannot be conquered. But in front of the devotee, Lord, with humility, he is saying, I am conquered by you. I am indebted to you. Krishna, bota no lado, porque aí o livro tá tapando o rosto do Guru. Bota pra direita aí, perto de você.
इस प्रकार परम स्निग्ध वचन के युक्त श्री भगवान की वचन माधुरी को कर्णभूषण बनाकर अर्थात भगवान की सुमधुर वचन के सुनकर भक्त कहते हैं हे प्रभु.
Okay, 421 Bhavanovad. The sweetness of Shri Bhagavan's words, which are filled with utmost affection, adorns the ears of the devotee who prays, O Prabhu, O Bhagavan, O ocean of mercy, dragged by the current of this dreadful material existence, I am caught in a whirlpool of suffering, and am being devoured by crocodiles. Seeing this, compassion arose in you and caused you butter-like transcendental heart to melt. O Bhagavan, you then appeared before me in the form of Shri Guru, who cut asunder the ignorance of lust and so forth. With your darshan, you, like Sudarshana, severed these crocodiles of suffering and saved me from their terrible teeth. So, seeing the humility of Lord, the devotee also shows humility. First, Bhagavan showed the humility first. Then, seeing the humility of Bhagavan in the heart of the devotee, also this humility also arose. The devotee is saying, oh Prabhu, don't say like this. Hey Bhagavan, a whole ocean of mercy. I am dragged in this material existence, ocean of material existence by these crocodiles. Mercifully, seeing this, my condition in this material world, compassion arose in you and caused you butter-like transcendental heart to melt. You yourself appeared to me in the form of Guru. Just like we see in the life history of Gopi Prema. Bhagavan himself, Vishnu, came in the form of the Guru of Gopi Prema to deliver him. We sing the Brihad Bhagavatam, Jagai. The name of his Guru was Jagai. Gopi Prema told, hey, Mathura Brahmana, Brahmana of Mathura. Swayam Bhagavan, Vishnu, Krishna, came in the form of Jayanta, in the form of my Guru too, and gave me place, shelter. So in the same way, the devotee is saying here, So you, oh Lord, you came in the form of Guru and who cut asunder the ignorance of lust and so forth. With your darshan, you, like Sudarshana Chakra, severed these crocodiles of suffering and saved me from their terrible teeth. Just like a crocodile. What does the crocodile do? He has big teeth and big mouth. And he 421 Bhavanovad. And he takes these he's eating the living entities, crocodile. So in the same way, this lust, ignorance, they're just like a crocodile, and I'm caught by these crocodiles. But you, if you're Sudarshana, actually, in the chakra, the disc God has in his hands is called Sudarshana Chakra. So actually giving his beautiful darshan means his beautiful vision, and also his Sudarshana, his weapon. You have severed, like cut, killed these crocodiles of suffering and saved me from their terrible teeth. You have protected me. Nothing else. There was a saint. One saint. He was going to the forest, and then the people near that forest used to live there, near the forest, told Maharaj, don't go further in this jungle because there's a demon, like a ghost, Rakshas, in this forest. And his name was, what is his name? Anguli. It's a story of the Puranas. This Rakshas, like a demon, he had taken a vow that I will cut thousands human beings and I'll put the finger of these human beings as like a garland on my neck. This Rakshas, this demon, had taken this vow. So he had already killed 999 human beings. 999. And he did one garland of all those fingers. It's called Anguli Mala, garland of or necklace of fingers. So only one human being left to complete his garland of fingers. When the saint came to the forest, the people living near the forest told Maharaj, don't go inside this forest because there is Anguli Mali Rakshasi, this person. He will kill you, he'll eat you, and then he'll take your finger and put as his last finger missing in his garland. Because remember, he had taken about 1,000 fingers, already he had 999 from different people. Saint said, no problem. I will change his life, or he will change my life. What is the duty of the saint? To change the lives of the people. This is the duty of the saints, or this is their business. So, the saint who cannot change the life of a human being, this person is not really a saint. Whether he be karmi sadhu, gyani sadhu, or bhakta sadhu. The Shastra explains that sadhu is that person who can change the life, the way of living of someone. Just like suppose somebody is eating meat, fish, doing bad things. If his life hasn't been changed, actually that person cannot be a really saint. Like a saint didn't change his life, so this, making the person detached from sense gratification and inspiring the person to come to Lord. This is a real change life change. This is the duty of the saints. They're called saints. Santa means saint. Whether they are grihini or tyagi, like grihastha or sannyas, their duty is to change the tendency of the living entities, attract them toward Lord. So the saint told, okay, I also take a vow. The saint told to that villager, I will change the life of this demon. If I cannot change, then he will kill me and eat me, no problem, what to do? So the people living nearby told Maharaj, don't go to the forest. But the saint was firm and didn't care. I have to go inside this forest. When the saint came inside, this Anguli Mali, he was sitting on a big stone, and he saw the saint, this demon saw the saint, and he was like, ha, 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 laughing. Today I got to finish my garland of fingers. I'll cut his finger and I will put in the... I'll finish the fingers of my garland. Can anyone call Kunjeshwari downstairs and Indira? They're sleeping in the room. You spoke to them? You tried? So, but then the demon saw the saint coming, and the demon was like, oh, he is not afraid of me, he's coming. Because the saint was coming fearless, coming towards the demon. Because the saints, they are fearless. The sadhus, they don't have fear. The saint was coming. And this Anguli Mali, this demon, was amazed. Like, how the sadhus come towards me without fear? Then the demon thought, how the saint is coming towards me? Then this Anguli Mali, this demon, he thought, anyway, if the sadhu or anyone comes to me, I will kill him, and I will cut his finger, and I will put in my garland. But by the influence of the Santa Mahatma, this great soul, the saint, Anguli Mali, the Rakshas, could not stand up from where he was sitting. He wanted to stand up, but he could not. He had his sword in his hand, but he was just sitting. He could not even stand up. He didn't know why. Maybe the saint, he was thinking, maybe the saint has some supernatural something that Anguli Mali, the demon, could not even raise from his seat. Then, slowly the saint came near the demon. Anguli Mali, the Rakshas demon, he was with the sword and said, come, I will kill you. Laughing like this. But the saint is so powerful, by his influence or his power, the sword fell from the hand of the demon. Anguli Mali told, who are you? Tell me. Then the saint told, look, I am just like you, ordinary jiva. I don't have any power, I don't know anything. I want to make a question to you. How many jivas you have already killed? And then he told, I have killed 999 jivas, and you're the last. Then the saint told, okay, very nice, you can kill me, but I'll fulfill your desire. I will sacrifice myself to you, I came for this. So tell me, you have killed so many jivas, can you revive them, like make them again come back to life? No, he told. So if you cannot revive them, like give them life again, so how did you take this adhikara right to kill them if you cannot give them life back to them? If you cannot give life back to them, you could not have killed them. If you cannot create, you cannot destroy. Those who can create, then they can destroy. Creation, destruction, who can do that? Bhagavan, actually, he does that. Only Bhagavan, he is the creator of this world, and he is the protector. And in the end, he destroys everything also. Are you Bhagavan? You're not Bhagavan, the saint told him. So, you could only kill and destroy someone if you could give them life, but you cannot give them life, so you don't have the right to kill anyone. Look, these words of the saints, listening to these strong words, this Anguli Mali, his name is Anguli Mali. Anguli means finger, Mali is like garland, like that person who has the garland of fingers. This is his name. So his life changed listening to this. And then he surrendered himself to the feet of the saints. Oh, nobody had told me this tattoo before in my life. I never heard this philosophy. I just was doing everything according to the tendency in Tamaguna of the Rakshas, of the demons. You just changed my life. Then this Anguli Mali demon, he accepted the feet of the Santa Mahatma as like his guru. And in the end, he did bhajan of Lord. And in the end, he attained to Bhagavan. So the sadhu is that person who can change our life. Change our lifestyle. This is the duty of the sadhu. Okay, so we were speaking about the Sudarshana Chakra in the hand of Lord. No? So through the darshan of the Sudarshana Chakra, all the sufferings of the devotees, they are cut, and they end. That's why there's that mantra for the Sudarshana Chakra. So through this mantra of Sudarshana Chakra, you're like offering in the fire. You know, they say this mantra when they're offering the fire, these 5 sacrifices. So the Sudarshana Chakra cuts all these crocodiles of this ignorance and so many things. And all the anarthas of the living entities, they are destroyed by the Sudarshana Chakra. We see in the Durvasa life history. Generally, the Sudarshana Chakra, in one blink of an eye, the Sudarshana Chakra could have killed Durvasa Rishi. When Durvasa Rishi manifests the Kritva, the fire demon from his dreadlocks, remember? And that fire demon came to try to kill Marishi Maharaj. Immediately, just in a blink of an eye, Sudarshana Chakra came and killed the Kritva, the fire demon. But then Sudarshana Chakra started running, let's say like this, behind Durvasa. Sudarshana Chakra, he could have killed Durvasa, just in a blink of an eye. But Sudarshana Chakra, what did she do? Change the life of Durvasa. That's why her name is Sudarshana. Was running behind Durvasa. This is only for Lila, just to teach the jivas in this world. Because if you do the offense to the Suddha Bhakta, pure devotee, what happens? No, this was showing this Lila. And you have to ask forgiveness from that person which you have offended. This Lila is showing this thing. So if Sudarshana Chakra really wanted, in a second, 1 minute, moment, could have destroyed and killed Durvasa. But no. What was the purpose in that moment? Actually, to change the lifestyle. So here is saying, devotee saying, Hey Bhagavan, 421, Bhavanavad. with your darshana, you like Sudarshana, severed, cut these crocodiles of suffering and saved me from their terrible teeth. With a desire to make me a maidservant at your lotus feet, you had the syllables of your mantra enter the pathway of my ears and remove all my pain. So God is himself also the mantra who enters in our ears. So when we chant the mantra, the Krishna mantra, Gopal mantra, etc., the mantra is actually directly Bhagavat Swarup. You see, the mantra is full of Krishna's names. It's the name himself. And these names enter in our ears. And all these anarthas in the jiva's heart are destroyed. So the devotee is saying, hey Bhagavan, oh God, you in the form of mantra enter the pathway of my ears and remove all my pain. Through my repeated hearing, chanting and remembering of your divine names and qualities, you purified me. Hey Prabhu, you taught me the arts of rendering devotional service to you by granting me the association of your devotees. Nevertheless, because I am unfortunate, foolish, and the most degraded, I could not render even a day's service to you. The devotee humbly is saying, hey Bhagavan, oh Lord, because I am foolish, because I am most unfortunate, because I am fallen and most degraded, I cannot render even a day's service to you. Still, even though this most wicked person is punishable, instead of chastising me, you are making me drink profusely the sweet elixir of your sublime darshan. Just like Nityananda Prabhu delivered Jagai Madai, he did not punish them. Did he punish them? Jagai Madai. Jagai Madai, what did they do? They behaved not well with Nityananda Prabhu. They behaved badly, in a bad way. But you see, Nityananda Prabhu did not punish them, did he? No. Mahaprabhu became angry. When Mahaprabhu heard that Nityananda Prabhu had been hit in his head by Madai with a clay pot, and it was even bleeding. Bleeding was coming from the head of Nityananda. Blood was coming from the head of Nityananda. Listening to this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what did he do? Was absorbed in the Vishnu Swarupa form of Vishnu, and immediately Mahaprabhu called Sudarshana Chakra. Sudarshana, go and kill these two sinners. Cut their necks off, apart. Cut their necks. But Nityananda Prabhu, what did he do? Nityananda told Mahaprabhu, Prabhu, the other incarnations, when you were Rama, Krishna, yes, you used to use weapons and kill the demons when you were angry. But in the Gauranga Avatar incarnation of Mahaprabhu, you have sworn, made a vow yourself. You told that in this incarnation you would not use any weapon, and also you wouldn't kill anyone in this incarnation. You have promised. Only by the chanting of holy names you would purify them all. So that's why, Prabhu, you have to keep your words, keep your vow. You have to keep your promise. Understand? Nityananda was praying to Mahaprabhu in this way. Then the Sudarshana Chakra automatically came back, like disappeared. Nityananda Prabhu, he is Parama Karuna, topmost merciful like this. Gaurasundar sometimes he would become angry, but Nityananda would not. Nityananda Prabhu is so merciful. He does not manifest any anger. Did not manifest. So Nityananda doesn't have any abhiman, like ego, pride. So here, Lord, devotee is praying to Lord, Prabhu, although I am punishable, I should be punished. Instead, you're not punishing me. You are making me drink profusely the sweet elixir of your sublime darshan. You're so merciful, Prabhu. Search. I want to tell him. How is he reading? So Bhagavan also says. Okay, he was maybe in the commentary, no? Okay, if you offer tulasi leaf and water of the Ganges to Lord, Bhagavan says, I am indebted to you. And he gives everything to the devotee. Okay. Having heard Bhagavan's words of compassion and how he feels indebted to his devotee, the devotee becomes stunned and bewildered, not knowing what to do. He remembers the limitless offense 422 before the shloka. Generally, for a normal devotee, Krishna says, Jajatamam prapadanti. Krishna says, however you worship me, I will give you things accordingly. But for special devotees, Bhagavan says, Napareha. Then for special devotees, Bhagavan feels indebted to the devotee. In the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan, he said it was like a balance, like means exactly proportion. You surrender to me, I will give you mercy accordingly. This is Bhagavad Gita verse. But in the Bhagavatam, Bhagavan, he feels indebted to the Gopi Prema, indebted to the Prema of the Gopis. Bhagavan, he feels indebted. I cannot pay my debt. Hey, Gopis, you have surrendered everything, gave up everything for me. No one in this world will be able to give up everything like you did. You have given up everything, the Gopis, and how they surrendered to God completely. The chaste wife, even chaste ladies could never do this. Even Lakshmi could not do that. Arundhati and other chaste ladies. Shastra describes about many chaste ladies, like Arundhati, etc. Even these kind of ladies would not be able to do what Gopis did, because the Gopis, for Bhagavan, they have give up everything. Their patience, their pride, their rules of society, family, everything for Krishna they give up. They gave up. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, we see that the Bhagavatam is describing the glories of Gopi Prema. Why so much describing the glories of Gopi Prema? In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam is showing the glory of the Gopis' love. Why? Because the Gopis, they have given up so much for Krishna. Nobody in this world is doing like that, like Gopis. My friends, my family can give me up, my family can criticize me. Still, Shama Sundar is my life and soul. Gopis are saying, my friends can give up on me. Shamatarad and the Gopis, they are saying, we love Krishna. We have surrendered ourselves to Krishna. So maybe our friends, our family will give up on us. Even my superiors like sister-in-law, mother-in-law, etc., father-in-law, they might also criticize us and also like torment us in many ways because they don't agree with our behavior. We don't care. Govinda is my life and soul. Gopis are ready to give up everything, but not Govinda. I can give up my mother, my cow, my brother, but never Govinda. I can give up my mother, my brother, my cow. I can give up all of them, but Govinda I will never give up. Never give up Govinda, but I'm ready to give up everything else. But a chaste lady will not be able to do that. A chaste lady, like suppose Lakshmi and or maybe Anuswa. We hear about the chastity of Anuswa. Even for them it's not possible. For Lakshmi even more impossible. Bhagavan only told to Lakshmi, give up your abhiman, give up your ego of being Brahmani. And you should. Just like the gopis, you should be born in Braj, take birth in Braj. Do the cow dung patties, you should do. And then you should marry to another gopa. Then in a hidden way, like a paramormod, you should meet me, then you can join the rasa. Lakshmi said, it's not possible for me. She wanted to enter Rasa Lila, but she did not want to follow the conditions and rules. So that's why Krishna told her, it's not possible for you then. Until nowadays, Lakshmi Devi is in Belwan, other side of the Jamuna river, performing hard austerities. It's not possible for her. Understand? But the gopis, what did they do? For the happiness of Krishna, they have given up everything. What is the meaning of prem, love? You give up your own happiness. You give up all your own happiness, all your happiness. Then this is bhakti. So the gopis, they have given up everything. So Bhagavan is saying, I cannot give anything to the devotees, so I'm feeling indebted. So that's why Krishna told to the gopis, especially to Srimati Radhika actually, Napariham, I cannot repay you for your love. These handcuffs of the family life and the society, all these rules, these chains, they're like a chains, they're like handcuffs binding you. Understand? But the gopis, what did they do? They gave up, they opened all these rules of these chains, of rule like chains. Then they just went running away. Bhajan is not easy. You want to become Gopi, but it is very far to become a Gopi and Manjari. How can we give up these rules of society? It's not possible. But the Gopis, they have done that. So that's why Bhagavan, he feels indebted to the prema of the Gopis. Like in Chaitanya Charitamrita is written also. Gita says, in the Gita, Krishna is measuring like with a scale. Like as much as you do bhajan of me, the same proportion amount, I will give you things. Not more, not less. But in the Bhagavatam, by the Gopi Prema, Krishna became controlled by the prema of the gopis, and he's feeling indebted to them. Bhagavan is so merciful, and listening to his words, the devotee is saying, so a question might come, Lord is so powerful, so Lord wants to offer so many things to the devotee, opulence, position. He can give anything so easily. So why he needs to be feeling indebted to the devotee if he can give everything, if God can give everything to the devotee? So the answer to this is that actually the devotees, they don't have any desire, and their heart is so pure. They don't have desire, the devotees. The devotees of Lord Krishna Bhakta, they are Niskaam. They don't want anything in this world. That's why they are always peaceful. So if bhakti comes in the heart of anyone, this dharma, artha, kama, and moksha will be just like a maid servant running behind this person. Just like when a queen, bhakti is like a queen, Maharani. And when she walks, the queen walks behind, left side, right side, behind her. All these small maid servants, the maids, they're running after her. Just like, the siddhis and these Dharmartha Kama Moksha, they're like the servants running behind the queen of Bhakti queen. So the answer is the devotees don't have any desire, and their heart is so pure. They just do bhajan to the happiness of Krishna, the devotees. They're only thinking how Krishna can be happy. So the devotee is not thinking about his own happiness. The devotee only wants the happiness of Lord. So in the last sloka of Gopi Gita explains, for the happiness of Krishna, gopis are prepared to offer all their body, everything, themselves and their bodies. So Lord cannot offer anything material to the devotees because they don't want. And where is Gurudev reading? Where is it? Niskaam something? So if you accept the service of someone, you'll be indebted to that person. Okay. Page 420, commentary. Piyusha Varshini Briti, 420. So the Niskaam Bhakta, he doesn't want the service of anyone. Because if you accept the service of someone, somehow you'll be indebted to that person. Isn't it? You become indebted. Become indebted. So the Niskaam Bhakta, devotee without desire, he's saying, I don't want service. I will serve myself. I will myself serve. So Bhagavan is serving to whom? To Srimati Radhika. So have you seen the Seva Kunja picture? Krishna himself, he's serving the feet or massaging the feet of Srimati Radhika. Serving her. Bhagavan is also showing, yes, the glories of service. If you take something in reward for your service, it's not actual service. If you take something in reward of your service, like if you take something back from that person you served, this is not actually service, this is just like business. So you give me 50 rupees and suppose you go to the shop, you give 50 rupees and you get 1 kilo of sugar. What is the relationship you have with the shop owner? No relationship. You gave the money, he gave you the exact thing. Isn't it? Because This is sakam, with desire. So the shop owner might say, I am serving here. He's not serving, because he's getting money back from. If you don't give money, he'll not serve you. He'll not give you sugar if you don't pay him. So you gave him money, and then he gave you sugar, and then he's saying, I am serving. Hey, serving what? Of course not. People, these only material words, like some expressions people use. But actually service is Niskaam. You don't want anything back or anything in reward. You don't want. So Bhagavan is also showing. Bhagavan is serving the feet of Shrimati Radhika. He's serving to the feet of Shrimati Radhika. Veda, Purana, Upanishad. They were searching, and they found in the Seva Kunja in Vrindavana, they found Krishna serving the feet of Shrimati Radhika. Krishna was massaging the feet of Shrimati Radhika in the Seva Kunja. He's feeling happiness in the service, to serve. Bhagavan says, everybody wants to drink my Charanamrita. Like the pujari have worshipped the deity, and he put the Charanamrita there. They wash foot bathing water of Lord. Krishna says, I also want to drink the foot bathing water of my devotee. The devotees feel so much happiness drinking my Charanamrita. So now I also want to drink the water Charanamrita of the devotees to see what they feel, to understand. So Bhagavan, what does he do? He becomes a devotee and he's drinking this Charanamrita. Bhakta band karke? Mahaprabhu? Because Mahaprabhu, what is he doing? He's showing this. $420 commentary. Here a question may arise. Second paragraph. He already read the first, so you can read those. If he so desired, Bhagavan who possesses all. Okay, main thing is bhakti is humility. Is the humility. Where is he reading? Which? So how do you know if bhakti has come to you? If you feel humility. The main thing in bhakti is the humility. And also this insatisfaction is the nature of bhakti. Insatisfaction. Why? In the sense like the devotee is serving, and still he thinks, I haven't served anything, I didn't do anything. So because of this nature, the premik bhakta, he is feeling he's not serving and not doing sadhana bhajan. Those who have served more and a lot, they always think, I have not served anything. Like Mahaprabhu told, I don't have even a smell of prem. Mahaprabhu told, I don't have even a iota. This is like a small bit of prem, I don't have it, nothing. Teeny tiny bit of prem I don't have. So okay, now 422 I think. Yeah, 422 commentary. Now Gurudev is reading. Upon experiencing such mercy of Shri Hari, the devotee becomes wonderstruck. Having heard Bhagavan's words of compassion, second paragraph, the commentary. Having heard Bhagavan's words of compassion and how he feels indebted to his devotee, the devotee becomes stunned and bewildered, not knowing what to do. He remembers the limitless offenses he has committed since time immemorial. Considering himself a grievous aparadi and worthy of punishment, he cannot summon the courage to even beg forgiveness. At this time, the devotee offers prayers that express his deep humility. So what is the big... No, these numbers. The biggest one is the Shankha. This word comes... Wait, the number. So I'm such an offender. Like I have committed limitless offenses. Garib means? In the mathematics, the biggest number, like Koti, Shata, all these like 1,000, millions, these things, the biggest one is Shankha. This word means like limitless, like so much. So this word is coming here, saying the devotee is thinking, I have committed limitless offenses. Like, it's the biggest number in the mathematics, like more than 1,000, million, billion. The biggest one is Shankha, this word. So Gurudev is explaining, the devotee is thinking, I have did so many offenses. Like Brahmaji is also saying, when the devotee is suffering, then the devotee is saying, God, this is your mercy. I deserve to be punished so much, but you're just giving me a little bit of suffering to release me from these reactions. Everything, this is your mercy, what I'm suffering in my life. Now 423, Bhavanvad. Oh Prabhu, just a day ago, I was so audacious as to compare your divine body to a fresh rain cloud, a blue lotus, and a sapphire. When the devotee sees God, the devotee is saying, Hey Prabhu, I'm an offender surely. Why? Because you're so beautiful. Your lotus feet is so beautiful. And the fragrance of your body is so amazing. You're so beautiful. And I was comparing your beauty before with material things. Like, suppose one person is at the base of the gigantic Himalaya mountain, and then he's looking up to the top of the Himalaya mountain, and then he has to describe to one blind person how is the Himalaya mountain. He has to describe to a blind person. Now he gives maybe he'll give the example that it's just like a chickpea grain, like one chickpea. Imagine, what is this comparison? The Himalayas is gigantic, super gigantic, and he compared to one chickpea, so small, grain. So in the same way, you have so much beauty and sweetness, unlimited sweetness and beauty. It was not possible for me to describe all this, but when I was in front of ignorant people, ignorant? Not known? When I was in front of foolish persons, so some people who didn't know anything about Lord, like the devotee saying to God, before when I was in front of ignorant people, those who didn't know about Lord, I was describing you to them, saying, giving some examples about you. But all the examples in the material world, all of them, they are inappropriate. Really, the face of Lord is like the moon. We say that generally the face of Lord, we say, is like the moon. Okay, in the full moon day, moon is beautiful, okay, but in the Pratipada, first day already, the moon starts waning, it's getting smaller. In the day of Amavasya, new moon, the moon disappears even. Bhagavan is also like that. The lotus face of Lord, why is compared to a moon? Why did I compare to a moon, his face? So the devotee becomes ashamed of having said these things. The face of Lord is so beautiful. How can I describe? I also, if I compare with the lotus flower, okay, the lotus is beautiful and smelling, fragrant for 4 days, but after 4 days, it withers. One by one, all the petals, they fall down, the flower withers, dries up. So somebody brings one garland, suppose. The bride and bridegroom, they exchange garlands, suppose. And one garland of lotus. But after 2-4 days, all the petals, they fall down, even from the garland of lotus. So they, in the time of wedding, by the bridegroom, they exchange garlands. So they thought, I'll like... So they were having the lotus garland in the wedding, okay? But the Brahmana was reading the mantra for 2-4 minutes, and then all the petals of the lotus garland fell down, and only the thread was there. All the flower petals fell. They wanted to offer to each other flower of garlands of lotus, but actually they only put in each other the thread, line. There was no flower. Flowers fell off because they withered. This is kind of a joke, but devotee is saying, "Hey Prabhu, I described your beautiful form, and I was comparing to things of this material world, but it was useless comparisons, all useless. I compared your lotus face to the moon. I compared your lotus feet to freshly sprouted leaves. I have thus declared that burnt mustard seed halves are equal to the golden Mount Sumeru. I told that a chickpea is like a wish-fulfilling jewel, Chintamani, that a jackal is equivalent to a lion, and that a mosquito is like Gorura. In this way, a fool such as I has brazenly, so bigly, I committed an offense to you. Actually, God cannot be compared with anything in this world, to anything. So, when the devotee has not yet had darshan of God, then the devotee is comparing. 423, Bhavanovad. But when the devotee really sees Lord, then he's like, I cannot even speak. Generally, we compare Lord's beauty with things from the material world. But the beauty and sweetness of Lord is beyond material things, completely beyond. So why would we... So the devotee is regretting, why did I compare God with material things? So when we go to that place, the Garh Ban Parikrama, we go to that Tangar, Mangar, Morkuti and Bilas Garh. We sit there also. So Darshana Parikrama. This Morkuti is on top, and you can see one from each other. Well, the Thakurji Darshan up. Mangar. There's the Thakurji up there. What's the name of the deity? Man Bihari Ki Jai. So, have you seen the deity? Have you been on top of that place? Have you gone there? Up. Yeah. So, there's the Man Bihari deity there. And in the other side, the Morkuti. And two mountains. And one top of each other. In front of each other. These mountains. Once, Thakurji, Krishna, and Jugalasakar, divine couple, they were sitting together, Radha and Krishna. And they were manifesting beautiful, ever newly young and beautiful form. They are so beautiful, the divine couple. So the divine couple, so beautiful, so young, so sweet. And they were looking at each other's beauty. Srimati Radha was having darshan of Krishna's form, and Krishna was having darshan So the divine couple, they were having darshan of each other. Oh, so beautiful. The divine couple, they're having the darshan of each other. So in this moment, Srimati Radha, in her mind, one mood came in her mind. Srimati Radha told, "Oh, my beloved Krishna, describe a little about my beauty. Describe my beauty." So Krishna started crying at that moment. Some tears came in his eyes. Krishna told, what can I tell about your beauty? Because if I go to describe something, I have to give some comparison. I have to compare with something. I have to give upama, some comparison. But there's nothing in this world I can use to compare your beauty with. I cannot compare any part of your limb with anything in this world. Incomparable. But still, Shrimati Radhika told, describe something. What you have seen in me. Describe a part of my body. Like describe. So she was insisting again and again. Then Krishna, he started describing her beauty. Hey Radhe, your face is just like the moon. It's like the moon. Mukha Chandrama, like face of like moon. Your face is just like the moon. Saying this, Shrimati Radhika she got entering Maan. She was angry. She didn't say anything. I mean, Chamaswara didn't say anything else. He just said, your face is like moon, oh my beloved, Priya Ju, my dear. Your face is just like the moon. And she became angry. Maan. She just turned her face. Bah. And how this sweetness pastimes, Lila Madhurya. Krishna told, hey Radhe, what happened? But Shrimati Radhika started crying so much. Shrimati Radhika started crying. And then she left. What happened? Tell me. Krishna said, what happened? Why you became angry? Why did Maan? Why did you do Maan suddenly? Why are you crying? Shrimati Radhika, angry, she told, you have insulted not me, you insulted my father, Rishabhanu Maharaj. Not only my father, you have insulted also my brother Sudama also. If somebody insults you, taking the name of your mother and father, like insulting actually your parents, this is unbearable. But in Braja, this is normal, not even cares. In Braja, it's normal. These insults in Braja is normal. But actually, if somebody insults you, taking the name of your brother or mother, father, sister, you cannot bear that. But in village, they just speaking just normal speech, they are insulting. They even insult their own daughters sometimes. They do or not? But actually there's no meaning, just like some word they're using, but actually something insultive. They're insulting maybe their daughter-in-law, wife, daughter, even. They're also insulting. Like which kind of insult? Okay, never mind. But in Braja, actually, they are using this word, but actually there's no meaning. They just use normally, like colloquially, like they use a lot these words, but actually they're not even actually swearing or calling names. It's just they're using a lot. Okay, continuing the katha. Shrimati Radhika, what did she say? You have not insulted me only. You insulted me and my brother also. You have insulted me. Don't speak to him. So Shrimati Radhika told. So Krishna said, how did I insult your father? How did I insult your father? Tell me. What did I tell about your father? Oh my. Shrimati Radhika told. Krishna told, ask her. Then Shrimati Radhika told, you compared my face to the moon. Is my face like the moon? Really? You gave this comparison. Okay, in the day of the moon is full. But in the first day after the full moon, the moon starts to wane. And slowly waning. 8, 9, 10 day, 11 day, 12, 13 day, 14. Then the moon, Amavasya, new moon disappears. My face is like this. My face becomes black. Why did you give the comparison just like with the moon? And okay, another point. The moon came from the ocean. Comes from the ocean. So you compare my father with the ocean. The water of the ocean, how is it? Black. So this is a proper comparison between my father and the ocean. You see, my father, Bishabhanu Maharaj, is so high, and you're comparing my father with a salty ocean, the salty water of the ocean. Tell me, my brother than Siddham. So in this way, Srimati Radhika was crying and left. He's a cheater, liar, he doesn't know anything. I don't want to have anything with you. Srimati Radhika left with Maan, and she was sitting near that mountain. Lalita, Vishaka, they saw that Radha and Krishna were not meeting. What to do? Like they were not together. So to pacify the Maan of Srimati Radhika, Lalita tried so many things. But now Srimati Radhika was having the Durjaya Maan, unconquerable Maan. What to do? And Srimati Radhika is crying like a... Even she was like fainting, sobbing. And then, so the mountain there is very high. Okay, so go there. Lalita Vishaka told to Krishna to go to that high mountain and to dress as like a peacock. Today Krishna was dressed as like a peacock. Imagine if God is in the form of a peacock. And when he started making the sound K-Ka, all the real peacocks, they surrounded Krishna, started dancing with him, with their feathers, and open their feathers. This is the speciality. If Bhagavan himself is in the form of a peacock, and that is so beautiful, and all the other peacocks, they surround him. That's why the name of that mountain is Morkuti. Mor means peacock. Surround. So then Lalita Vishaka told Radha, look at there, look over there. Srimati Radhika said, oh, look, Sakhi, I have seen many peacocks in Braj, but I have never seen this kind of peacock like this. Today I want to dance with this peacock. How can I dance with him? Lalita Vishaka told, oh Sakhi Radhe, let's also make you in a beautiful peahen form. So Lalita Vishaka, they put Srimati Radhika in a beautiful peahen form with feathers and everything. And she came there and started dancing. So the peacock was Krishna. So Krishna saw and embraced that peahen, Srimati Radhika. And in the end, the Jugala Sarkar, divine couple, met. So until nowadays, the name of that place is Morkuti. And here, on the other side, the Man Bihari. Like Srimati Radhika was feeling Man, angry, and then they went to the Morkuti, this is another mountain, and they in the shape of peacock peahen. So how can I say about the beautiful form of Lord? Which comparison we can give to explain about Krishna's beauty? So the devotee is thinking, I was so foolish, but I was thinking I was very learned and scholar. Because I was describing Krishna's beauty with so much like a poetical language and comparisons, and I was thinking I was very learned and scholar to do this, but actually I was foolish. When I beheld the beauty and splendor of your divine form for a moment with my own eyes, I realized that my comparisons are like the teeth of a frenzied cow trying to defile the wish-fulfilling vine of your beauty, but without success. So the devotee is crying and crying and saying, Bhagavan, I have explained about your beauty. I'm an offender. Why? Because I gave only material comparisons. But the Lord's form is transcendental, His body is transcendental, cannot be compared to material things. Page 425, Bhavanovad. When the devotee then laments, Bhagavan becomes exceedingly pleased with him. In accordance with the particular mood and cherished desire of the devotee, such as Presi Bhav, Paramor mood, he reveals a vision of Shri Vrindavan, the abode filled with his divine sporting pastimes. So the devotee is in Madhurya mood, Presi Bhakta, Kantaras. By his Jogamaya, Bhagavan gives a darshan of Vrindavana to the devotee, of the divine transcendental Vrindavan. Lord manifests. Just like he gives the vision how under the banyan tree in the banks of Jamuna, on the jeweled throne, this loka, Divya Vrindarana, divine couple Radha and Krishna are there. So the devotee has this vision of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan under the Vamshivarta tree, banyan tree. So the devotee has darshan of Shrimati Radha, Lalita, Vishaka, Subal, Sridham also. Jamuna, Govardhan, Bandirban, Nandishwara Hill. So God gives darshan to the devotee of all these. And also gives darshan of Nanda, Jashoda, brother, friends, relatives, servants, and all residents of Vraj, along with the excellence of their respective rasas. After submerging that devotee in the most enchanting waves of the blissful darshan of his eternal companions, Krishna, along with his entourage, vanishes from his vision. So the Bhagavan gives darshan of all these things to the devotee. And the devotee is immersed then in the bliss and faints sometimes. Just like we say, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that he was doing bhajan in Godrum, and then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he looked at the other side of Ganga, and then he saw that place where Mahaprabhu appeared. He had a divine vision that Mahaprabhu, Gadadhar, Shivasa, Panchatattva, they were there, and also billions of devotees were also together with them, playing Mridanga Kartal and doing Nama Sankirtan. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur had this darshan, and then after some time this vision disappeared. So in the same way, for a moment, Bhagavan gives darshan of Dibya Vrindavana Dham to the devotee. Time's up, huh? Where is he today? Where is Sunu? He's disappeared, no? Oh, human being.
भगवान की अपार करुणा और उनके प्रति भगवान के ऋणी होने के बात सुनकर भक्त जड़वत और ठीक कर्तव्य विमूढ़ हो जाता है। उधर अपने अनादिकाल के अनंत अपराध को स्मरण करके मन मन अपने को महान अपराधी और दंडनीय मानते हुए उसमें क्षमा मांगने की साहस नहीं कर जाता। उस समय भक्त की दैनवदिका प्रार्थना इस प्रकार होती है।
Okay, so first, the devotee is praying with humility. I think now Gurudev is page 422. Many kinds of prayers. Hey Purushottam, there is no sinner and offender like me. Alas, I am even ashamed to request you to forgive my offenses. What more shall I say? Thus, out of great humility, the Prema Bhakta does not beg forgiveness for the offenses he imagines he has committed, but rather beseech Bhagavan to punish him. Bhagavan, there is no sinner as like me in this material world. And also you cannot find an offender as like me. What can I tell you about me? I'm even ashamed of my own offenses and to ask for forgiveness. Hey Purushottam Bhagavan. And thus, out of great humility, the Prema Bhakta does not beg forgiveness for the offenses he imagines he has committed, but rather beseeches Bhagavan to punish him. Moreover, having received the darshan of Bhagavan's beautiful form, the devotee is completely wonderstruck and regards the numerous comparisons he had created in his prayers while meditating upon Bhagavan's form to be trivial and not true. So first he was praying a lot to Bhagavan, verifying him, but now the devotee is saying, how can I pray to you? I cannot even pray and praise you. He even thinks that his folly has led to an offense, that of comparing Bhagavan's transcendental form to objects of this world. Shri Krishna's beauty form, which is composed of eternality, cognizance and bliss, is incomparable and cannot be described by comparisons. Because all things in this world, they are transformations of the 5 material elements. So you cannot compare actually Lord's beauty with the moon or the lotus. So it's an offense to compare Krishna's face with the moon or with the lotus. It's an offense because moon and lotus are things from material world. Srila Vibhula Mangala Thakur has described Krishna in Shri Krishna Karnamrita 97. Page 424. How can your face be compared to the lotus? It is impossible to compare. Ambuja means lotus. It is impossible to compare your flawless face, your perfect face, which is beyond description, to the moon, which gradually wanes until it's no longer visible. O soul master of the universe, to what can I compare your beautiful face as you play upon your flute?
इसके उत्तर में लीला कहते हैं, हे प्रभु, यदि इसका बात उत्तर सुनना चाहते हैं तो सुनिए। प्राचीन कवियों के परिधान पूर्वक आपके रूप का दर्शन नहीं किया है, केवल कवित्व के अनुसार चंद्र कमल आदि के साथ आपके मुख को उपमा दी।
The poeta
भगवान के दर्शन नहीं है।
These material poets, they have not seen God. So that's why they compare God with material things. Vilamangala Thakur is saying. Okay, the translation of the other verse. O Prabhu, if you wish to hear my response, please listen. Poets of old have seen your beautiful form in their deep meditation. They have compared your face to the moon and the lotus only because they were limited by their poetic ability. Truly, the moon is nothing but a camphor lamp suitable for circling your lotus face in arati and then being put to one side. Like we offer that giwik to Bhagavan. Huh? And after the offering the arati, we put the giwik. We should not keep the giwik after you offer to Lord inside the temple. Should keep outside. So the dup and dip, incense, and the giwik, fire, giwik. After you worship Lord with that, you should not keep inside the mandir, like inside the altar. You should keep out far. It's in the same way. It's not possible to compare with anything. The Premi Bhakta says, "Hey Prabhu, I will never again minimize your unparalleled beauty by comparing it to something of this world." So Vedanta Sutra says, it's written, Arupavat. The form of Lord is incomparable. Tat pradana evahi. He's not Rupavan, beautiful. He's the beauty himself. God is not Gunavan, full of qualities. He's the qualities himself. Understand? If you say, like suppose a rich person, somebody who has money, who has wealth is called wealthy. So dhan and dhani means wealth, and the rich person are not the same. Suppose if you have money, you have dhan, wealth. You are not it yourself the money, rupiah money. Because you have the money, then you are dhanavan, you're rich. And you also will not be rich forever. You won't be rich forever. Today you're rich, after 10 years, you maybe become a naked sadhu, isn't it? You cannot be also beautiful forever. So this word ban, like Bhagavan, Rupavan, like those who have rupa, beauty, they are rupaban, beautiful. If you have wealth, dhan, then you're dhanaban, wealthy. So one thing is different, like the beauty and the person who is beautiful, the person who has money and the person who is the money itself, different things. But for Lord, no. You cannot separate the beauty from Lord. So that's why Arupavat, his form is incomparable, cannot compare with anything else. Vedanta Sutra. He is the beauty himself, itself. He is the beauty personified. Understand? All the things in this world, everything in this world generally, the things are more beautiful if you put ornaments. But if you remove the ornaments, the person will not, or that thing will not be beautiful anymore. Suppose in the time of the wedding ceremony, so if you want to decorate the girl, like the bride, she'll be so beautiful, isn't it? So she's covering with that veil, covering the face. And everybody's thinking, oh, who is this beautiful bride? How is she? How is she? Because, in the time of wedding ceremony, they're so beautiful. And you don't even recognize, in the time of the wedding, you don't recognize them. Like the girl also, the bridegroom, you don't recognize. But when she's walking with the veil, everybody's thinking, oh, how is this beautiful girl? How is she? Everybody has this curiosity. Those people who come in the time of the wedding also, they come together. What is the name? It's Barat. So, the Barat, I think the person who's arranged the wedding. People will ask him, when he will go to the village. Nowadays, the girl goes to the in-laws' place very quickly. But that time we used to many days, 2, 4, 7 days. Okay, so you went to that village and performed the wedding. How was that girl? Oh, I didn't even see the girl. I just ate and came back. I just went to eat and to play. I didn't even see how was the girl. I just came back. I didn't even see if a monkey got married or no, Bandari no. I think yeah. He said I don't even know who got married, monkey or what. Maybe you got married to a monkey or to a female monkey, male monkey. I didn't even see. I was just like getting my happiness there. I didn't even care to see who was getting married. When the bridegroom, the groom is coming on the horse, so many people also playing, like surrounding him playing. And nobody sits in the wedding. Everybody just wants to drink and eat around. Like 200, 500 people come to these weddings. And so what is the job of this barati? He's just making the crowd come in the wedding. Maybe a wedding organizing, I don't know. So his duty is just to make the crowd come in the wedding, like just to make big wedding. So there's alcohol, there's so many things, drinks, food, entertainment. Everybody comes and participates in the party. But the place where the wedding is really happening, so there are, for example, 108 items of food in that area. So it's 1 a.m. Then he goes away. So what the Brahmana is doing, chanting mantra. Okay, only mother, father, and 4 persons are only sitting in the wedding. Have you been to a wedding? You also did that? You only were enjoying and eating, you didn't see the wedding properly. You can see. Nobody's sitting in the wedding, like actually seeing the fire sacrifice. What do I have to involve with this? Is a monkey, a female monkey, male monkey got married? I don't even know. I don't even care. I didn't even see who was there. I just eat and drink and 12, maybe 2, 3 a.m. Then okay, let's go. You take care of the rest. Like this Bharati, like this person who is organizing, he's just actually doing this part. He's not even checking the wedding and anything. And 2, 3 a.m. he's just going away. So if somebody may ask this person, this organizer of the wedding, how was the bride? How was the bride? Oh, but she was wearing the veil. Okay, let's see her at least for 1 second, but she was covering the face. Okay, then they see lifts a little bit the veil and her teeth is coming out, like outside her mouth, and they're like, okay, don't need. Like maybe she was so ugly, you know. So before dawn, they all go away. So 2 a.m. he goes away. He's not interested in what will happen after with the bridegroom. This is true or not? So I described all this. Actually, Guru Deva used to say, I never saw these things, I don't know. So I'm also telling you what Guru Deva used to say. So this beautiful form of Lord, how to describe? Vedanta Sutra says, his form is incomparable. Bat generally is used for comparison. This word bat is for compare. When you want to compare something to another, then you say bat. So Arupa Bat. His form is incomparable. You cannot compare his form to anything else. Because he's transcendental, divine. And his form is unique and unparalleled. You cannot compare to anything else. He's not beautiful. He's the beauty itself. He's Swayam Siddha means everything automatically manifests in him. It's not something which is given or somebody established in him. Like we say, for example, establish the deity, Vigraha, Pran Pratishta, installation of the deities. These are only some words we're saying, just to make people have faith only. Because he's Swayam Bhagavan. You think he had no pran, no life, then you have to put the life there? Do you think God was a stone before? So you're giving life to the stone? So all these logics come. He's Swayam Bhagavan himself. There's no difference between Nam, Vigraha and Swarup. Name, form and the deity. God is directly the form of God. The deity is also always manifest. Prakasham, like always manifesting. It's like we are using these words just to make people have faith, like installation of the deities, Actually, the deity is directly Bhagavan, is Bhagavat Swarup. He himself manifested himself. That's why in the invitation letter, he's saying, the temple is manifesting itself. The deity is manifesting itself. Like when there's invitation for these ceremonies, they write like this. How can we manifest the deity? The deity is manifesting herself. When the devotees want, according to the desire of the devotee, Bhagavan manifests his form. So in the Javadharma it's written. If you read Javadharma book, this deity is not a doll. So Mahaprabhu told, you're not the Vigraha, you're directly Brajendra Nandan. You are self-manifested. But people with like material intelligence, then they need this. Okay, this brought the deity from Puri, and this deity is white, this one is black, and this and that, and this. This is for people of gross, like material mind, intelligence. But those who are Shuddha Mahatma, pure, great souls, they from their own hearts, they see that deity. And they see that Swayam Bhagavan, just to give benefit to the jivas of this world. God himself, he manifests in the form of the deity. So you see this in the temple of Jagannath also. Brahmaji was called to establish the temple of Jagannath. Brahma was called to like a installation of the temple of Jagannath. Brahma said, this is the temple of Jagannath, how can I install the temple, like foundation of the temple? Brahmaji told, okay, because you asked me, because you prayed. Slide. Indradumna. So Brahma told, I cannot install your temple. So Brahma only put the flag. Okay, finished. You see, Brahma is saying. You can see that the book is clearly explained. The mandir is Swayambhu, like the temple is self-manifest. Self-manifest. The deity also self-manifest. Who has manifested Jagannath? He's self-manifested. Externally it looks like that, the queen entered inside the room and the carpenter disappeared, all that story. But actually, Bhagavan himself, he wanted to manifest in the form of Jagannath. Later, Jagannath told to Maharaj, hey king, don't be upset. Jagannath told to the area voice, I think, no? You wanted to see my form, Nilmadhav. You wanted to see that my form of Nilmadhav, no? So don't worry, don't be upset. I will myself manifest. I wanted to manifest in the form of Jagannath. So he himself manifested. He self-manifested. So there's no doubt. The Vigraha is directly self-manifested. If you read about Jagannath, it's clearly explained. how Lord, so because God wanted to preach in this world that God himself melts when he sees the love of his devotees, because of the love of his devotees. Krishna melts. Just like when Rohini Devi was glorifying the glory of the Brajavasis, Krishna Balaram came in the right and left side of Subhadra. And then listening about Gopi Prema, the body of Krishna and Balaram melted. Their bodies melted. So God himself melted. Just like the ice melts by the rays of the sun. The ice melts. So Jagannath has no legs. Only 2 eyes are there. And all his body has melted. And Subhadra is also with her Jogamaya, with him Jogamaya. She also happened same thing with her. She also melted. Then Subhadra melted also. And then Narada came and did prayers to them. Then Bhagavan again came back his original form, other form, and then Bhagavan told Narada, ask for a benediction. Narada Rishi then told, hey Prabhu, this melted form, divine body that I just saw, I want you to manifest this in the material world. So this stage of Mahabhava that we were feeling. So this Mahabhava Swarup Kaleva, body of personification of Mahabhava, manifest this in the material world so that people can think about it. How devotee himself, listening to the glories of devotees' love, he melts. That's why you go to Jagannath Puri. That's why. Because Bhagavan himself, Krishna, after listening to the glories of Brajavasi's love, he melts. Did someone manifest Jagannath like craving, tuck, 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 or craving in the stone or wood? No. He self-manifested. So, Vigraha is self-manifested. So we say the installation of the temple, installation of the deity, but installation of the deity with mantras and tantras, great sadhus come and do fire sacrifice, this and that. Why do we do that? Why Shastra say to do all this? Because actually Shastra gives these injunctions just to put the faith in the normal people. Because actually the God is self-manifest. According to the desire of the devotee, Bhagavan come in that form in front of the devotee. You see, Param Guru Maharaj wanted, I want that my Krishna be manifested in this way, this white deity. So Param Guru Maharaj wrote, so Krishna was completely covered by Shamati Radhika. So this is the white Krishna. So in Javadharma is written, those saints were very high class. This bhava that comes in their inner hearts of these saints, this bhava directly manifests in their form of deity. Those saints were very high class. They understand. Normal people, Kanishta Adhikari, they crave this deity in Jaipur by the stone, craving tak, 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 then they brought. Maybe the person broke his finger, or I don't know, sorry, the deity broke her finger, the deity, maybe some broken in the deity, something broke or something, but it's not true. The Uttamadhikari, he's seeing, this is manifesting directly from the heart of the Uttamadhikari. That's why Vedanta Sutra explains, Arupavat, Tat Eva Pradanahi. Arupavat, his form is incomparable. Nobody can be as like you, nobody can be like him.